A captain and his dog were reunited after being lost at sea this weekend off the coast of Venice. I'm Rebecca Fernandez, and I'll have that story coming up.
Plus, how you can help seabirds that are now seeing the negative effects from red tide.
And how construction is causing flooding concerns for a busy intersection near downtown Sarasota. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 6.
Welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us.
Topping our news, red tide is now impacting Suncoast shorebirds. Before today, Save Our Seabirds in Sarasota had only seen about 6 shorebirds in 3 weeks suffering from the effects of red tide. But that all changed this morning after dozens of birds were found unable to walk or fly on Lido, Longboat, and Siesta Keys. Throughout the day, 40 birds were brought to Save Our Seabirds. 5 of those birds have died. Several others have recovered quickly and can now walk again.
We don't really know why it happens like this, just all of a sudden. It seems that the neurotoxins may be built up. They've been ingesting these fish and, toxic things for the last 3 weeks.
If you see any birds in distress, you're asked to pick them up with a towel or piece of cloth and then bring them immediately to Save Our Seabirds for treatment.
Manatee County is moving forward with the next steps in the red tide recovery effort. Instead of contracting with a company to pick up the red tide debris in residential canals and waterways, the county is now moving forward with a Neighbors and Nets program. The county is providing nets and buckets for volunteers who want to help clean up the dead fish. Those supplies can be picked up at any of the 15 dumpster locations at boat ramps throughout the county.
Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. We have no idea how this exercise or how long this exercise will continue, but we're committed to assisting neighborhoods and neighbors with volunteers, with equipment.
So far, Manatee County has been promised $750,000 from the state to aid in red tide cleanup. According to the county, it has spent approximately $500,000 so far. Not all beaches are getting the all clear, though. The annual Aquapalooza Regatta event at the New Pass Sandbar is canceled because of red tide. According to the official website by Marine Max, the free party and giveaway event that was supposed to happen this upcoming Labor Day weekend is now canceled.
Unfortunate that red tide claiming another local event. Let's get a check on our weather now. We've had some storms roll through the area. Let's get to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for more.
Yeah, still rumbling too across parts of the Suncoast in Manatee County, where there is still a special marine warning in effect as the storms are moving to the west southwest at around 15 to 20 miles an hour. That's a marine warning in effect until 6:30. Wind gusting as high as 40 miles an hour. Frequent lightning and heavy rainfall can be expected. We had that east wind, which is good for red tide as far as the smell goes and kind of stirring the water up here. That's going to be the case all week long too. It's a result of the high pressure off the Carolina coast, and those storms have been really intense with the lightning firing up. What's happening is that we have that east wind, a few scattered storms out ahead of it, and then we have that west coast breeze developing. The two meet and the storms just intensify. You can kind of keep an eye on those boundaries as that happens and predict where the rain is going to be. And certainly we see that intense storm right now near Bayshore Gardens, right to the west of the airport now, but still over the north end of Longboat Key. Still some lightning occurring too near Siesta, despite the fact that the heavy rain in most areas has moved on. We're still getting these bolts that occur after the rain has hit, and the majority of the people who are hit by lightning is after the storm has moved on through, so keep that in mind. That intense lightning occurs now on Whitney Beach, stretching up to Cortez and into Bayshore Gardens near Braden Beach as well. The lightning strikes have been pretty intense. They are weakening. We had 108 in the last 10 minutes, and 51 of those have been positive strikes, which offer a little bit more energy to them. It's starting to lessen somewhat in Braden, but still raining. We'll have more in the forecast for the rest of this work week coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. We'll talk to you then. Flooding continues to be an issue at the intersection of 10th Street and US 41 in downtown Sarasota. Recently, FDOT installed 3 more pumps in this area after intense flooding during the 4th of July. Despite those efforts, the system was still unable to handle rain this past weekend. The road flooded, causing the street to be shut down for several hours. A manager of a condo building nearby says ever since construction started in that area, she has seen the road flood multiple times. This past weekend, the building's plant beds were torn up and water came up to residents' front doors.
If water gets into the units, that's a big deal. That's, moisture on the drywall and on the floors, and all that would have to be replaced. The mulches, I mean, we're talking about $700 or $800 to get that put back in.
The gas station located there at the corner of 41 and 10th Street says due to that flooding, they had to close down some of their pumps for a bit of time over the weekend. FDOT says they try to prepare for storms, but it is hard to predict how much rain each storm will bring. New at 6, a patient at a mental health facility in Sarasota has passed away, and the family now suing for wrongful death. According to a lawsuit filed against Centerstone, Dwayne Riddick killed himself at their facility in April. Their lawsuit claims that surveillance video shows he was alone for about 9 hours in between check-ins, instead of the required 15-minute check-in protocol. Riddick voluntarily admitted himself into that residential mental health facility. Centerstone releasing an official statement regarding the lawsuit, saying in part, the death of any patient is devastating and prompts an investigation of how we can prevent such tragedies in the future.
New developments tonight in a case involving a Tampa father accused of dropping his 5-year-old daughter from a bridge into Tampa Bay. The state will not seek the death penalty for John Chuck Jr. His daughter died after being dropped from a bridge near the Skyway back in 2015. John Chuck was arrested in Manatee County after running away from police.
With the help of the public, Northport police say they have found a man caught on camera stealing from Walmart. Police say Justin Labrie is now charged with grand theft of more than $300. He was first caught on camera at a Northport Walmart stealing a pool noodle. Police say he used a stolen credit card from a wallet that he found.
Meanwhile, Venice police are looking for the man in these surveillance photos. He's accused of stealing from Publix. Police say if you recognize the apparent Star Wars fan, to call them, adding on Twitter that unfortunately the force is not with him this time. Still to come in your Suncoast News, the site where the Atlanta Braves spring training complex is being built used to be a bombing practice area during World War II. Why developers say the site is safe.
Plus, tomorrow is the Florida primary election, how you can get a free ride to the polls.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Get more for your money during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Sunset Subaru. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG, and Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Lease a new Subaru Outback today for just $249 a month or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
A local boater says he's now counting his blessings after getting stuck in a storm this past weekend and almost losing everything, including his first mate.
ABC7's Rebecca Fernandez joins us live from Englewood with this remarkable story of how determination and faith came together. Rebecca?
Scott, Jacqueline, well, this wasn't just a weekend cruise in Sarasota Bay. This captain sold everything he owned and was planning on sailing the world with just the necessities and his first mate, his dog Harley.
Everything that I sold, everything that I owned, is all gonna be gone. My boom broke off the top. About took me out when it did. I got it bungee corded. I'm waiting for the U.S. Coast Guard to come and see if they can save me, I guess. And I lost my dog.
The heartbreaking moments when Shane Hale got caught in a storm on Saturday night, just 3 miles off of Venice. His engines weren't working and he was spinning in circles. His boom was completely destroyed and the boat was sinking. But the only thing he cared about when help arrived was saving his first mate, Harley, who had fallen overboard.
The owner was very adamant about, let's, find the dog and let the boat go. I don't care about the boat. I just want the dog. Just can't tell you how distraught he was.
Luckily, Shane made it out alive and was towed back to shore by Venice Seatow and the U.S. Coast Guard. But Harley was still nowhere in sight.
At that point in time, even though those guys had spent all that time and work and everything to bring my boat back here and tie it off, at that point in time, I wanted to take it back out and put a hole in it and just trade it off for my dog.
That's when he went to social media asking for the public's help. And less than 24 hours later, he received a call that his best friend was found at Minnesota Beach. He swam close to 3 miles in 10-foot waves and survived a full day on the beach, which marine experts say is quite frankly a miracle.
I'm in the back of the boat during this time after I've lost my dog, and I'm crying and I'm praying to God, and I'm yelling at God because I'm mad at him about taking my dog. It's almost like I feel like my dog was taken, and it's almost like was he taken? He was taken from me. But then God listened to everybody's praying, and he said, well, you know what, I would give him back. And I know from the bottom of my heart that the people that prayed are why I got my dog back.
Well, sorry about that. I can tell you what she wanted to say. Harley spent the night at the vet, but is in almost perfect condition after swimming that ways. Isn't that something?
A great end to a tragic story, but that's amazing. Can you imagine losing your dog like that? And out in the water, you would never think it would make it, but
especially
faith played a role, apparently. I want to let people know too who are boating that are going to go out. Make sure that you keep an eye to the sky because there's going to be storms every afternoon all week long and into the weekend too. Big Labor Day weekend. Look to see afternoon and evening thunderstorms. We've had 2 marine warnings already today. There'll be more throughout this week as well. That's where the sea breeze and the east wind kind of collide right there near the coast. We have had some photos sent in obviously over the weekend, but I want to show you this first Cortez Bridge webcam. This was at 4 p.m. and you'll see it was pretty good driving right then, but then you get to the 5 o'clock hour and then things start to change a little bit. Especially at 5:30. Visibility down to near 0 there, and now it's starting to clear back up as those storms are moving off to the west. Now, on the 24th of this month, basically 1991, 2 people were killed on Siesta Key from a bolt from the blue. It didn't have to be raining, and that bolt killed 2 people walking on the beach, one in one direction and one in the other, walking north and south. And again, that can be a big concern coming up this week and into the weekend as well. This was from Damon Powers on Sunday, just the power of that lightning generator. We're going to get back. We're back into this mode now. As I talked about it last Thursday, we're going to see these showers and storms every afternoon as a result of the high pressure where it's supposed to be over the Carolina coast now. And sometimes it hangs there, sometimes a little bit off the coast, but we get this east to southeasterly wind across our region, which really gives us a better chance to see those afternoon and evening storms move toward the coast, and they'll be developing right along the coast too. They'll really start to intensify there. We'll still have some inland storms, but there'll still be the most activity near I-75 and to the west. Still a lot of lightning. Anna Maria Island, even into Cortez now, north end of Longboat Key. You can see that's where the intense lightning is occurring and heavy rainfall. Whitney Beach, this is the marine warning that's soon to expire. Still though, even in the light rain, you're getting lightning strikes near Palma Sola. So even though the heavy rain is over, don't resume your outdoor activities. If you can hear that thunder, there's still a chance of getting hit. In this kind of situation, you always see these back builders as far as lightning goes. And I saw it over the weekend, and I'll see it again this week. So keep that in mind. That special marine warning in effect. We also have flood warnings because of the heavy rainfall recently along the Manatee River at the Myakka Head, also at the Myakka River at the Myakka State Park. Now you'll notice not a lot of rain inland. It's a different story. We've switched things up. Rain especially heavy west of I-75. We're in those areas in green, over 1 inch to nearly 2 inches of rainfall, especially in Venice and near Osprey and Nokomis. Saw some tremendous downpours this afternoon. Tonight, there's still a chance for some inland storms, even into South Sarasota, but they should be not all that intense because most of the energy has been used up by the previous storm. So we'll see similar conditions tomorrow. Start off nice. East wind, cooler temperatures. It'll be comfortable, but then those showers and storms will start to develop. So drop off will be okay, but pickup could be an issue for some of the kids. I think, again, tomorrow afternoon and evening, the best chance for rain. And this doesn't change. This pattern stays the same. And even more intense storms expected over the weekend, I do believe, on into Labor Day as a result of some little piece of energy moving across the state. Now in the tropics, nothing going on. We are watching 2 pretty strong tropical waves, one set to move off the coast of Africa, another in the Atlantic, and we have another storm in the Pacific. It's been a very active year in the Pacific. This one, Miriam, is heading to the west, and Hawaii not too far off, so we'll keep an eye on that. They could have to deal with another storm down the road, heavy rain possibility. We'll watch it closely. 75 right now. It's cooled off at the airport. Winds are out of the south at 7. The pressure 30.07 inches. And the high today was a hot one, 94, well above the average, and the record 97 set back in 1923. Well, tomorrow's forecast, sunny to partly cloudy skies in the morning, and then the heat index up near 100 by noon with showers developing around the 3 o'clock hour, but really intensifying, say 4, 5, and 6 in the afternoon tomorrow. Well, nationally, what's happened is that high pressure ridge is set over the Carolinas. That pushes the storm track up to the north, and also a lot of warm air around that high pressure ridge, warming things up to 90 tomorrow, 96 in Boston, and 90 in Toronto, cooler over the northern Rockies and the northern plains. For boaters, southeast winds tomorrow for most of the day. Just a little bit of a west breeze developing, just enough to kick off those storms in the afternoon and evening. A light chop on the bays and inland waters. The rain chance is staying high right through all this work week with afternoon and evening storms, a summer pattern that we've missed all summer long, it seems. Even into Labor Day, a good chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be strong. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. The Atlanta Braves are getting closer to the final phases of construction for a new spring training facility in Northport. And so far, nothing has blown up, which is very good news for the site that is near what used to be a bombing range during World War II. The area was formerly used by the Army, which set up a target which consisted of 3 rings for crews to practice dropping bombs from low altitudes. A 2010 site inspection found no bombs or munitions debris remained there.
They've been out there digging and doing their work. We haven't had any reports of anything found of note. We know within the report that we've seen that nothing has been found out there of concern.
Find out what the developer has to say coming up tonight at 11.
Floridians are breaking records this election season. More people have now voted before tomorrow's elections than in past primaries. Almost 2 million votes have been cast as of this morning, not counting the mail-in ballots. According to the Florida Department of State, Florida State University political science professor says the increase in pre-election day voting does not necessarily mean the overall vote count will be up from past years, but it does mean that campaigns need to get their message out a bit earlier.
Generally, people who vote early or absentee would have voted anyway. So sometimes it's a substitute rather than an addition. So if indeed we see more people voting in person, then that'll be quite terrific.
If you're still holding on to your mail-in ballot, they do need to be turned in by 7 o'clock tomorrow night to be counted.
And yes, polls will open tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Florida voters will be selecting the party nominees for governor, agriculture commissioner, attorney general, and several congressional seats. In Sarasota, Manatee counties, voters will also be choosing nominees for several school board and commission seats. The polls will close at 7 p.m. and we will have all the results as soon as we get them live on our 7 and 11 o'clock newscast, as well as our web and Facebook pages.
And if you live in Manatee County, you can get a free ride to the polls tomorrow. MCAT is offering free rides on primary and general election days. SCAT, however, is not providing free rides tomorrow, but according to the county, they will probably be available for the general election. You can go to mysuncoast.com to find out where your voting location is at.
Coming up, a Manatee County preserve have some new residents you won't want to miss.
Almost every home here has sustained damage. We're glad you're okay.
Oh, thank you.
You could hear the gunfire. Around the corner here are the children back on the job.
Back in the job.
How are you?
ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night, and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Temperatures are rising and the deals are heating up during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $22,999. Or save big and get the new Chrysler 300 Touring with an MSRP over $30,000 for just $21,999. That's a savings of over $8,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota today.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189. now.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here, because
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Perico Preserve in Manatee County now has some new residents. Take a look at these new baby gopher tortoises taken to the park today by the Clinic for Rehabilitation of Wildlife. They join another rehabilitated tortoise that's living there. According to the rehab center, they are all settling into their new home nicely. A nice spot for them to live out their days.
No.
Hope they'll get a lot bigger than that. They're pretty small still, aren't they?
They are. They're cute, though. I like it.
And probably a little wet at this hour.
Yeah, keep an eye on those too. You know, sometimes you see those tortoises crossing the road.
Yeah,
that's very true.
People pick them up and put them in the water. It's not a good idea. They don't really want to be in the water. Obviously, they live on land there.
Burrow into the ground.
That's right. We are looking at some showers around right now. Some activity starting to wind on down. We still have a marine warning in effect for the north end of Longboat Key, Anna Maria Island, and pretty much over across most of the area.
Okay, thank you. World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up next.
We'll see you again at 7 and 11. Have a good night.